Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing y'all a low-calorie recipe. Did y'all know that January 4th is National Spaghetti Day? I didn't know either. I just found that out. So I thought I'd show y'all a low-calorie spaghetti recipe today. We're going to be cooking up some spaghetti with meatballs. It's going to be cheesy, it's going to be creamy, and it's going to be really good. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. I'm going to show y'all the ingredients that y'all are going to need. Again, these are just like ingredients that I'm going in with. You could choose whatever sauce you like to put on here, whatever type of noodle you like, whatever cheese, you can make it your own. But this is what I'm going in with. You don't need a whole lot of ingredients to make this recipe. We're gonna keep it very simple and very low calorie. This spaghetti is only going to be 530 calories per serving. I will have the ingredients and the macros in the description below. So we're gonna go ahead and go in. I like to go in with white sauce and red sauce. You could make your own at home, but I want this recipe to be very convenient. So we're gonna go in with jar sauce. So right here, I have the classic Alfredo sauce. And then I like to get the Newman's Marinara. You can go in with any brand. I kind of just choose the lower calorie brand. And then I like a chunky sauce, so we're just gonna go ahead and add in some Italian stewed tomatoes. For my low calorie pasta, you guys, this is the brand that I absolutely love. We're gonna be going in with some high protein spaghetti, low calorie by Barilla. I can never pronounce this name. This is the one that I like to go in with. They have thin spaghetti, regular spaghetti. It's awesome, okay? So this is going to be our noodle replacement. Then we're going to make our own homemade meatballs. So we're gonna keep it very lean, very low calorie. I'm going in with some lean ground beef, 93% lean. You can choose what you like. I'm gonna go in with a pound of this. Then to make our meatball, we're gonna add a little Parmesan cheese, and then we're gonna add in some plain breadcrumbs. I went ahead and calculated this. We're just gonna go in with a serving so the meatballs can stick together, and then you want to add in a couple eggs. You could choose whatever seasonings. I got some onion powder, garlic powder, a little Italian seasoning, and then of course we cannot have spaghetti without some cheese. I like to get the low-fat cheeses just to add a little bit to keep the calories at a minimal. Again, you can choose whatever kind of cheese you like, but let's go ahead and get straight into the recipe. Getting started on the meatballs, you're going to want a good sized bowl, and to our bowl we're going to go ahead and add in our lean ground beef. My hands are nice and clean. We're going to get a little messy. All right, so we have our ground beef. Now you want to go ahead and add in 2 large eggs. To our eggs, you're also going to go in with some Parmesan. This is what I had on hand. You can go in with fresh Parmesan, whatever you like to use. Anything will work. We're going to go ahead and measure out 1/4 cup. Add that in. We're going to go in with equal parts of the plain breadcrumbs. We're also going to go in with 1/4 cup. And this is going to help bind those meatballs together. And then season with whatever you like. Season with your heart. We're going to go in with some Italian seasoning. I like to put a good amount of Italian seasoning, so I'm just going to dump it all in there. And then a little bit of onion powder. You can also go in with fresh onion if you would like to. And then, of course, a little garlic powder. I add garlic powder to everything. Little garlic powder. All right, now you're just going to go ahead and take some clean hands and get on in there and smush everything together until it's well combined. And then we'll go ahead and start portioning out our meatballs. Low-calorie meatballs. They sell frozen meatballs. You can find the lowest ones in calories if you just want something quick, even more quick and easy. But I think making your own meatballs is very quick and easy. It's not that bad, and it's just more fresh ingredients. All right, so once you have it all nice and mixed, this is what you want to have. You want to make sure it's all well put together and combined. Now we're going to go ahead and start portioning out our meatballs. All right, to portion out our meatballs, I personally like to go in with the cookie scoop just so I can get an even amount with all the meatballs. So we're just going to go ahead and scoop this out. And of course, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know how to make meatballs. We're just going to roll them just like this and then put them to a bowl to the side. And you're going to continue until you're done with all your meat. And then over here, you want to go ahead and get started warming up your skillet with a little olive oil, avocado oil, whatever you would like. And then we'll go ahead and brown our meatballs. Okay, we have all our meatballs rolled. My pan is nice and hot. We're gonna go ahead and sear them. I'm cooking them on a low to medium because I do want to cook them through, but I don't want them to burn. Just gonna put them all around our pan. All right, once we have our pan filled, I personally like to put a lid on it. I'll let them cook through a little bit and then I'll take it off to get a nice sear. So we're just gonna put the lid on this. Over here, while this cooks, I went ahead and put my water to boil for our noodles. So once this comes to a slight boil, we'll go ahead and add those in. Okay, once they start browning a little bit, just like this, I go ahead and take off the lid and then we'll let one side sear and then we'll rotate them. And right now we're gonna go ahead and start adding in our spaghetti. My water is already pretty much boiling. These noodles are so good if you haven't tried them. They taste just like regular noodles. They're very filling. I feel like they're more filling than like regular noodles. We're just gonna go ahead and add these in. And then of course you just cook these according to the package, nothing too crazy. I'm so ready for some spaghetti and meatballs for dinner. All right, get these all in there. Let's go ahead and rotate our meatballs. Just gonna rotate them to one side just carefully. Look at that, got a nice little sear. You could even make these with ground turkey if you don't really eat a lot of ground beef. You could do them with ground turkey as well, and that's very lean and low in calories as well. So just different options for you. You can even make chicken meatballs with some ground chicken. All right, once we have those rotated, I'm just gonna go ahead and shut back on the lid and let them continue cooking. Okay, once we have a nice sear on our meatballs just like this, I'm gonna go ahead and keep them warm off to the side. Just keep a lid on them so they stay nice and warm until we're done with our baked spaghetti. Over here, my noodles are done cooking, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the sink and drain the liquid. These don't take long at all because they are pretty thin, so they're pretty fast to cook. Once we drain these, I'm gonna go ahead and add mine back to the pot because we're gonna add in our sauces. Okay, to our noodles, let's go ahead and add the sauce. I'm just gonna keep it on a low just so everything stays nice and warm. We're gonna go ahead and add in our jar of marinara sauce. I love Newman sauce, it's really good. Go ahead and add the whole thing in. Then we are also going in with a jar of alfredo sauce. You can make your own homemade, but like I said, this recipe is very quick and easy, very convenient. So we're gonna go in with jar. I promise you, adding both is like the best. You gotta try it. If you've never tried red sauce mixed with alfredo sauce, you need to with this recipe. All right, this is optional. I just like chunky tomatoes in my spaghetti. And with this marinara sauce, it don't really have chunky tomatoes. So we're gonna go ahead and add some in. This is just some Italian stewed tomatoes. Adds a little bit more of Italian flavor to it as well. All right, then we're just gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. I'm gonna season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just some basic seasonings. A little salt, a little black pepper. I'm also going to go ahead and add in a little bit more of Italian seasoning. And all you want to do is just simply mix this together. It's pretty much heated through. And then after we mix this together, we're going to go ahead and bring out a casserole dish because this is going to be baked spaghetti. So we're going to go ahead and bake it with cheese. But it should look nice and creamy just like this. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. I like to go ahead and break these tomatoes just apart just a little bit so they're not too chunky. Just like that. Look at this. Doesn't this look like regular spaghetti noodles? They're so good. Just going to put it all to the bottom. We don't want to miss all that extra sauce, so we're going to go ahead and pour that on top. Let me spread this out a little bit. You know what? I'm going to save the sauce for in a second because we're going to add in our meatballs. So we're going to go ahead and spread this. Get it nice and even. You want a big casserole dish for it to all fit. All right, we got that. Now let's go ahead and add these meatballs on top because we're going to bake it with the meatballs. So you just want to spread them evenly throughout your spaghetti. You could choose to leave them off to the side, but the whole point is it to be a baked spaghetti, so we're gonna bake it with cheese. Wish y'all can smell my house right now. It smells so good. We even got Jinky as an audience right here. She's waiting for a meatball to drop. Okay, once you have all your meatballs on here, I'm gonna pour the little bit of sauce that's left over because I don't want the meatballs to dry out on top. So we're just gonna pour this right on there. No sauce left behind. All right, I'm gonna spread this out. Now let's go ahead and add on our cheese. Going with the serving size, a mindful serving size, because I know we all want to go in with the extra cheese. We're just gonna pour it right on top. Again, the servings and the macros will be in the description below for y'all. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. You don't need it too high. We're just going to get a nice little melt on this and get it nice and bubbly. All right. And here is our baked spaghetti before we bake it. So let's go ahead and pop this in the oven. All right. Now oven nice and hot. Let's go ahead and pop this in. Again, you'll probably only have this in about 15 minutes or so, just until it's bubbly and the cheese is melted on top. All right, guys, and once you pull it out the oven, everything should be nice and melted. We're gonna go ahead and let it cool off and serve us up a serving. I like to go ahead and top this off with a little red chili flakes, and you have the perfect low-calorie protein pasta. It's so good, nice and easy for an easy weeknight dinner. So I really hope y'all enjoy this low-carb, low-calorie spaghetti. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on this video if you did enjoy this recipe, and I will see y'all in the next one.